President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We may now be seated. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, today we honor Department of Foreign Affairs officials and personnel who have played a crucial role in furthering Philippine foreign policy and national security and safeguarding the welfare and rights of Filipinos residing abroad. May we invite Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. to deliver the welcome remarks.
To our President, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, colleagues in the public service, honorees, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my honor to welcome you to these conferment ceremonies, to recognize colleagues from the Department of Foreign Affairs for their exceptional and meritorious services to the people and Republic of the Philippines. In the present global health crisis and amidst rising international tensions, to the peace, stability, and security of this part of the world. This year's honorees exhibited exemplary commitment, resourcefulness, perseverance, and effectiveness, despite the distractions and awful pressures of the global pandemic as our country reeled from it. The beneficial results of their tireless labors and creative responses had an immeasurable impact on the lives of millions of, let's not call them ordinary, but extraordinary Filipinos, as they showed in this pandemic. Filipinos are a people truly worthy of the greatest sacrifices of extraordinary public servants. The Order of Sikatuna is one of the 3 senior honors of the Republic, conferred upon Filipino and foreign diplomats who have made immense contributions to the foreign relations of the Philippines and its geopolitical standing. This afternoon, my good friend Ambassador Jose Manuel Babe Romualdez will join the distinguished roster of the Order of Sikatuna awardees. We also witnessed the conferment of Gawad Mabini on 6 extraordinary DFA personnel, whose commendable acts reflect the finest traditions and values of the Philippine Foreign Service. From securing access to COVID-19 vaccines and foreign aid, to advancing Philippine interests in delicate and critical negotiations, from bringing aid and comfort to hundreds of thousands of distressed Filipinos overseas, to directly helping the highest and ultimate maker of Filipino foreign policy. Our Gawad Mabini awardees went above and beyond the call of duty and proved once again the quality of the Filipino Foreign Service. I wish to offer my warmest congratulations to the honorees. All of us in the DFA are proud to serve alongside such highly dedicated, untiring, and competent professionals. The women and men of the Department of Foreign Affairs continue to forge ahead in putting an unprecedentedly bold, independent foreign policy into practice. Indeed, that has been the aspiration of every Filipino president who did not get far with it until our gracious host today. On top of which, our host has insisted that Filipino foreign policy, to be worth its salt, must first and foremost translate into tangible benefits for the Filipino people. We have drawn guidance and inspiration from the President, who has taken the main brunt of the bold and brave direction he has given to foreign policy. Whenever foreign reactions turn critical, even hostile, he says to us, "Put the blame on me." Finally, a leader. But that is never an option. Our job is to take the heat and the hit first and foremost. An independent foreign policy is now irreversible. Representatives of the world's great powers now admit that it is all for the best. All's well that ends well. Mr. President, on behalf of the DFA, I would like to express my profound appreciation to you for being the host of tonight's ceremonies and reminding us always of the true purpose and meaning of international diplomacy, and that is to do good for and to the Filipino people. Thank you, and once again, a good afternoon to all.
Thank you, Secretary Locsin. At this juncture, may we invite President Rodrigo Roa Duterte to lead the conferment. The Gawad Mabini is conferred on Filipinos who have rendered distinguished foreign service or helped promote the interests and prestige of the Philippines abroad. It was established in honor of Apolinario Mabini, the first Secretary of Foreign Affairs in the First Republic of the Philippines. The Gawad Mabini rank of Kasugo is awarded to Mr. Antonio B. Villar.
The citation reads, "Be it known to all men by these presents that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, for his outstanding contribution in the promotion and protection of the rights and welfare of overseas Filipinos under the jurisdiction of the Philippine Embassy in Rome, for his vital role in the successful repatriation of Filipino seafarers who were stranded at Durres Port in Albania for 5 months under difficult circumstances, and for his key role in negotiating and securing the release of 5 overseas Filipino workers from their abusive employer in Patos, Albania, have cause to be inscribed in the roster of the Gawad Mabini, the name of Antonio B. Villar, Administrative Officer, Office of the Undersecretary for Multilateral Affairs and International Economic Relations, with the rank of Kasugo, done in the city of Manila, this 29th day of November, in the year of our Lord 2021.
Please face the cameras for a photo opportunity. Thank you. The Gawad Mabini rank of Kasugo is awarded to Mr. Bernardo G. Bagalay, who joins us virtually from Barcelona, Spain. Undersecretary Sara Lu Ariola will receive his award today in his stead.
The citation reads, "Be it known to all men by these presents that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, in recognition of his vital contribution in the promotion and protection of the rights and welfare of overseas Filipino workers, for his crucial role as a member of several rapid response teams providing much-needed assistance to distressed overseas Filipinos during times of conflict, for his valuable assistance in the repatriation of more than 5,000 overseas Filipinos in Kuwait and UAE in 2018, and for facilitating the arrival of the first batch of 30 overseas Filipinos from Wuhan in 2020, prompting the start of what will be an organized and systematic assistance for returning overseas Filipinos, have caused to be inscribed in the roster of the Gawad Mabini, the name of Bernardo G. Bagalay, Assistant, Office of the Undersecretary for Migrant Workers Affairs, with the rank of Kasugo, done in the city of Manila, this 29th day of November, in the year of our Lord, 2021.
Please face the cameras for a photo opportunity. Thank you. The Gawad Mabini rank of Dakilang Kasugo is awarded to Ms. Katrina Isabel H. Borja Martin.
The citation reads, "Be it known to all men by these presents that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, in recognition of her distinct accomplishments as First Secretary and Consul of the Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C., for her exemplary dedication in serving the interests of Filipinos within her jurisdiction, for her laudable efforts in negotiating vaccine supply for the Philippines, reaching out to various pharmaceutical developers to give the Filipino people diversified vaccine options, for facilitating SBA Communications application to register as an independent tower company, bringing investment to and generating employment in the Philippines, and for advancing the national interest and promoting mutually beneficial cooperation between the Philippines and the United States of America, have caused to be inscribed in the roster of the Gawad Mabini the name of Katrina Isabel H. Borja Martin, First Secretary and Consul, Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C., with the rank of Dakilang Kasugo, done in the city of Manila this 29th day of November in the year of our Lord, 2021.
Please face the cameras for a photo opportunity. Thank you. The Gawad Mabini rank of Dakilang Kasugo is awarded to Mr. Noel M. Novicio.
The citation reads, "Be it known to all men by these presents that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, in recognition of his outstanding achievements in advancing Philippine interests in the ASEAN community, for his demonstrated competence and expertise as Philippine lead negotiator on leader and ministerial level outcome documents in ASEAN, for his efficient shepherding of ASEAN negotiations at the working group level during the Philippines' chairmanship of ASEAN in 2017, resulting in the completion and adoption of numerous high-level outcome documents, and for his significant contributions in enhancing the Philippines' profile in ASEAN and ASEAN-led mechanisms, have caused to be inscribed in the roster of the Gawad Mabini the name of Noel M. Novicio, Special Assistant, Office of the Undersecretary for Bilateral Relations and ASEAN Affairs, with the rank of Dakilang Kasugo, done in the city of Manila this 29th day of November in the year of our Lord 2021.
Please face the cameras for a photo opportunity. Thank you. The Gawad Mabini rank of Dakilang Kamanong is awarded to Chief of Presidential Protocol and Presidential Assistant on Foreign Affairs, Robert E.A. Borge.
The citation reads, "Be it known to all men by these presents that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, in recognition of his meritorious contributions to advancing the country's independent foreign policy objectives as Presidential Assistant on Foreign Affairs, for his demonstrated commitment in promoting the rights and welfare of overseas Filipino workers, leading special repatriation missions, and strongly advocating and promoting regional and global support for migrant workers' rights regardless of status, particularly in the Middle East, as the President's Special Envoy, for steadfastly seeking opportunities to open and widen pathways of mercy, leading to the pardoning, release, and repatriation of Filipinos from the Middle East, and for helping move forward and clearly articulating the President and the Philippine government's campaign against the kafala system, further strengthening cooperation with partners in the Middle East, have caused to be inscribed in the roster of the Gawad Mabini the name of Robert Eric A. Borge, Chief of Presidential Protocol and Presidential Assistant on Foreign Affairs, Office of the President, with the rank of Dakilang Kamanong, done in the city of Manila this 29th day of November in the year of our Lord 2021.
Please face the cameras for a quick photo opportunity. Thank you. The Gawad Mabini rank of Dakilang Kamanong is awarded to Ambassador Enrico T. Foss, who joins us today virtually from Oslo, Norway. Undersecretary Sara Lu Ariola will receive the award on his behalf.
The citation reads, "Be it known to all men by these presents that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, in recognition of his significant contributions to the promotion and protection of the rights and welfare of overseas Filipino workers, for spearheading the DFA's COVID-19 response operation, particularly the mass repatriation of overseas Filipino workers affected by the pandemic, for his key role in the establishment of the one-stop-shop operations of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport that facilitated the entry of inbound passengers and implementation of mandatory health protocols during the pandemic, and for advancing the national interest in the area of migration in various capacities, especially as the Philippine lead negotiator for the formulation of the anti-kafala provision in the Global Compact for Migration, have caused to be inscribed in the roster of the Gawad Mabini the name of Enrico T. Fos, Assistant Secretary, Office of the Undersecretary, Migrant Workers Affairs, with the rank of Dakilang Kamanong, done in the city of Manila this 29th day of November in the year of our Lord 2021.
Please face the cameras for a photo opportunity. Thank you. The Order of Sikatuna is an order of diplomatic merit conferred upon individuals who have rendered exceptional and meritorious services to the Republic of the Philippines, and upon diplomats, officials, and nationals of foreign states who have rendered conspicuous service in fostering, developing, and strengthening relations between their country and the Philippines. The Order of Sikatuna, rank of Datu, Gold Distinction, is awarded to Ambassador Jose Manuel G. Romualdez, who joins us today virtually from Washington, D.C., USA. Director Gunther Emil Sales will receive the award on his behalf.
The citation reads, "Be it known to all men by these presents that I, Rodrigo Roa Duterte, President of the Philippines, by virtue of the powers vested in me by law, in recognition of his meritorious contributions to the strengthening of the long-standing comprehensive ties between the Philippines and the United States of America, for his steadfast efforts to further deepen Philippines-U.S. alliance through enhanced defense and security cooperation, particularly in maritime security and the upgrading of Philippine defense capabilities, for promoting trade and investment, resulting in the recent entry into the Philippines of U.S.-based SBA Communications, thereby advancing the development of the country's telecommunications technology backbone, and for his laudable initiative in the procurement of 20 million doses of Moderna COVID-19 vaccines, significantly contributing to the government's pandemic response efforts, have caused to be inscribed in the roster of the Order of Sikatuna the name of Jose Manuel G. Romualdez, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C., with the rank of Datu, Gold Distinction, done in the city of Manila this 29th day of November in the year of our Lord 2021.
Please face the cameras for a photo opportunity. Thank you. May we now invite Cabinet Secretary and Acting Presidential Spokesperson Carlo Alexi Nograles to introduce our guest of honor.
Mga kababayan, ang Pangulo ng Republika ng Pilipinas, President Mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte.
Kindly sit down. Salamat. I know that you have waited for quite a while. But galing kami sa Antipolo for the bakuna. And I have to go to change because in Malacañan, whenever I'm here, I cannot wear a casual. Kailangan nakabarong talaga ako. Secretary Foreign Affairs Teodoro Locsin Jr., and other Department of Foreign Affairs officials, Cabinet Secretary and Acting Presidential Spokesperson Carlo Alexi Nograles, Senator Bongo, nagkampanya, previous presidential awardees, our honorees and their proud families, good afternoon. Friendship, goodwill, and cooperation between peoples are the foundation of peace. This is true today, as during the time of the blood compact between Dato Sikatuna and Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, depicted in the painting behind us. Ininom nila yung dugo. Diyan. Maniwala ka. The Sandugo ritual may be a thing of the past, but its symbolic and goals remain true and ever present in Philippine Foreign Service. In the global community, to represent our nation with honor, dignity, and pride. In the face of challenge and uncertainty, to pursue national interest with courage, diplomacy, and skill, and in the midst of opportunities to forge strong and lasting partnership on the basis of equality, goodwill, and mutual interest. Today's awardees have demonstrated above all the qualities for the benefit of our country and people. Your unwavering sense of duty and unrelenting efforts have contributed much in upholding our country's independent foreign policy and ensuring the welfare of Filipinos at home and abroad. Indeed, you have contributed in real terms to securing our national security and political, economic, and socio-cultural goals, and to furthering international amity and cooperation. Today, I am honored and humbled to recognize distinguished members of the Philippine Foreign Service who have been brave in facing severe difficulties, including mortal challenges, principled in advancing our foreign policy, and creative in solving seemingly vexing problems. With the weight of Apolinario Mabini's legacy on your shoulders and the interest of our nation in your minds and deeds, you have done our nation proud. It is my fervent hope that you and your colleagues in the Philippine Foreign Service will continue to serve the Philippines to the best interest of your ability and without reservation. The Filipino people deserve nothing less. Congratulations at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
Thank you, Mr. President. May we now invite Secretary Locsin, Secretary Nograles, and the awardees for an official photo.
Please be seated daw. May request everyone to yung other. Okay na. Wala na. Nag-seat na sila. Wala na.
May we request our stage party to please face the cameras. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our conferment ceremony. We would like to request everyone to please remain inside the hall until the President has left. On that note, we end today's event. Please enjoy our refreshments at the President's Hall.